Hello, Pisces. Last but not least, this is Mary Elizabeth with Sacred Love Tarot, and this is your December 2024 energy forecast. Thank you so very much for turning up and tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification button, and share if you will. Um, yeah, this is your December 2024 energy forecast. I have nothing left to say. Let's get into it. Here we go. So we're using the Energy Oracle. Going to shuffle this deck, see what pops out for us. We have anxiety, financial constraints. Okay. I think sometimes with the way we think and the way we feel, sometimes with the way we think and the way we feel has a tendency to create our reality, but it isn't really our reality. The song You're Still the One is playing in the background, by the way. It's on the radio in the kitchen. I just felt the need to mention that. Sometimes we get anxious over things that are not our true reality. And what our true reality is the opposite of whatever it is that we're thinking our reality is. So if you're anxious about lack of money, and you feel that is your reality, then that is all that you are going to see. That's it. That's all you're going to see is the lack of money in your bank account, lack of money in your sofa, lack of money underneath your mattress, lack of money in the comforters you keep in your spare bedroom for wintertime, the lack of money in your little change drawer or change bucket next to your front door, lack of money in your can in the kitchen that you keep in the cupboard. That's all you're going to see. But all of that together creates an energy, all that money together, if you were to put it all together, creates an energy of substance, creates an energy of abundance. And if you were to change your perspective and to tap into your divine wisdom, you will see that through all of that anxiety and worrying about the money you don't have stops you from seeing the abundance that you do have. Let that sit with you for a second. And let's get into the tarot. So here we go. Let's take a deep breath. I know some of you guys are feeling a little bit anxious. The cards just went sideways. Hold on for a second. I'm not going to worry about it, really. There's one card that flipped. I don't know why it flipped, but it did. So we're going to put that aside and let that be kind of like a bonus card. Here we go. And look at that. We have the sun. There's nothing to be anxious about, babe. Nothing to be anxious about. You're over here stressing and look what you're doing. Look what you're doing. So we have the sun, the best card next to the star in the tarot, right? This card is about just remember when you were a kid and you thought that you could do anything, you could create anything, you could do anything. Got up on the house, put a cape on, jumped. You flew for a second. That was before you broke your leg, but I digress. But anyway, you had this feeling of, I can do anything. I can create. I am a creator. I am a divine being, right? And you know that you can use your imagination to create. You can use your visualization to create. You can look out a window or in a mirror and visualize the life that you desire to have. And you have the ability to create that, to nurture that, to give it the energy that it needs to come to life. But for some reason, you're stuck in your head. For some reason, you're like, no, just don't want to deal with it, because I think there's fear of failing at it. You know what I'm saying? I think there's like, it's easy to look at something and go, I'm broke. I'm devastated. I don't have this. I don't have this. I don't have that. It's easy to look at something and complain about not having it, as opposed to look at that same thing and go, I am abundant. I am prosperous. This is the life I desire to live. And it's very hard for us as humans to look at the lack of and to, in all intensive purposes, convince ourselves that we are opposite of what we're looking at. You know what I'm saying? It's very hard for us to do that. So we get into this victimhood mentality because we don't have what it is that we desire. So I'm anxious about I'm anxious about the money that I don't have. But instead of putting myself in this happy position and manifesting what I do have through visualization and through meditation and through knowing who I am, I would much rather be a victim to the situation not working out than I would put work toward the situation working out in my favor. So if you want the blossoming abundance, make the decision to create the blossoming abundance. Start fresh, start new. Fuck that. This Eight of Swords energy, this victimhood mentality, this shit that you've been surrounding yourself with and living in for quite some time, right? You either make the decision to stay there or to move out of it and start fresh and start new. That Page of Swords has nothing behind it. Fresh, clean slate. We are journaling, we're going back to school, we're creating new ideas, new opportunities, patience, we're talking about it, we're speaking our truth about it, we are very vocal about what we want, what we need, what we desire. You are going to get this quicker. You are going to go from the Sun, the Seven of Cups, the Page of Swords to blossoming abundance quicker than if you were to go from anxiety, financial constraint, and Eight of Swords, right? You're going to create momentum quicker. You're going to create such amazing momentum with the Sun, the Seven of Cups, and the Page of Swords to that blossoming abundance than you would with the anxiety, the financial constraints, and the Eight of Swords. And here's the bonus card, by the way, that Five of Wands, you're so much competition. You're like, oh, I have to compete against this and I'm competing against this. And there are many people around you who are making you feel like everything is a competition. If you want to succeed, you have to compete. If you want to thrive, you have to compete. If you want to do this, you have to compete. If you want to do this, you have to compete. And there's so much scattered energy there that you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. You're passionate about moving forward. You're passionate about moving on. You're passionate about succeeding. But how do I do that when I'm all up in my head and anxiety is through the roof? Well, let's see what Spirit says. Spirit says it's time for you to take control. It's time for you to step in this position of power. It's time for you to start nurturing yourself. It's time for you to start learning the lessons so you can teach those lessons to others. The Hierophant is about putting yourself in a position of authority, right? The Hierophant is about putting yourself in the position of connection to spirit, going back to school, learning new things. Look, right next to the Page of Swords, journaling, going back to school, creating that roadmap to your future, leaving everything else behind, having the patience, sitting in your divine power, spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, being thankful, being in a place of gratitude. The Hierophant can also be going on a spiritual retreat, learning how to meditate, learning how to pray, learning how to visualize. It can also be a higher form of education. We have the Queen and the King of Cups. The Queen of Cups going, I imagine myself to be in a place of nurturing, to be in a place of planting seeds, to be in a place of happiness and abundance, to be in a place of balance and stability. And the King of Cups says, so do I. So let's look toward the future and make that happen. Yeah. And then we have the Page of Wands, which is forging a whole new path. A whole new path. And look, still a struggle. Still a struggle. After all that we've been through, after making a decision that we're no longer going to create a struggle, at the end, we're still creating a struggle. We are still fighting back. We are still anxious. We are still uncertain. We are still insecure. We are still doubtful. We are still, it's like, I'm trying, but I don't know. Get out of your head. Get out of your head. Stop allowing old tapes to play. Stop feeling that everything is a competition. Stop feeling that everything has to be done this particular way or it won't succeed. Think outside of the box. Follow your intuition. Go toward where spirit is guiding you. If you're so used to turning left into a certain parking lot, try turning right into another parking lot and see what happens. If you're so used to going to a grocery store and buying this, this, and this. Go into the grocery store and buy fucking something else. See how change feels. If you're so used to going to McDonald's and ordering the same thing off the menu, go to McDonald's and order something different. As a matter of fact, don't fucking go to McDonald's. Go somewhere else and order something completely different. Find what it feels like to create and feel the change. Do something different. Starting in the month of December, continuously do something different every day. If you used to do it like that, do it completely different. If you used to do it like that, do it completely different. I don't care what it is. The way you make love, the way you take a shower, the way you read a book, the way you watch TV, the way you go for a walk, do it all differently. And see how that change starts creating change in your life. That's all I'm saying. We have travel. Yeah, this is a journey. Look, I said, go different. I said, go different. You walk that way, go a different way. You drive that way, drive a different way. You do this, do something different. I said, different. This is for your well-being. Oh, see the beauty in everything. Why not? So much anger in the world right now. Why not? Why not see the beauty in everything? And we have family. This transformation that you're making, this transition that you're going through, it is going to be so beneficial for you and your family in the long run. So beneficial for you and your family in the long run. Different, different, different. Because the world you're living in is an illusion. That anxiety, illusion. Those people who may be telling you that whatever you're attempting to create is an illusion, that's a narcissist. Those people who put you on in that spectrum of uncertainty, narcissist. It's not your world that's an illusion, it's theirs. So we have nostalgia, sentimentality, and harmony, and we have discernment, critical thinking, and insight. So I think that you're going to be starting to change the way you think, and see that illusion, see that uncertainty, see that narcissism come out, see it start to play, maybe even in members of your family, maybe even in your significant other, maybe even in your friends, maybe even in family members who, you could see a little bit of it, but you weren't sure. That travel card, that journey, following your intuition, following your heart, following the guidance of spirit, source, giving love to self, giving love to feeling love, giving love, feeling love, full moon, full moon. We have meditation and digging deep, meditating to find something different. Find something different. We have meditation for healing the heart, because prosperity and abundance. Because when you start doing things different, there's a sense of nostalgia that's going to come up. And I think it's really going to play at your heartstrings, because you're going to start doing, you will start doing something different. And that something different is going to remind you of the way you used to do things before. And you're going to want to go back to doing those things before, because they felt comfortable. And it's going to hurt. It's going to feel different. It's going to feel painful. It's going to feel uncertain, but keep with it. Keep with it. If you can spend time around water, this water magic, spending time around water, drinking water. The sand dollar is all about abundance and prosperity. So really put yourself in the position of oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's a seashell. Yeah. And here we have a rabbit, fertility. It could be, and a spoon. What is that, a spoon? Is that a spoon or a witch's broom? Interesting. I'm going with a spoon. So we have a dragonfly, which is freedom. We have the seashell. We also have the rabbit, which is fertility and quick movement. Don't be so quick into making these. Don't make snap decisions, is what I'm saying. And we also have this. I don't know if it's a spoon or a broom. So it's a stick, and it has this, and it has a little thing. If it's a spoon, I'm going to say this is significance of taking care of yourself, right? Feeding yourself, nurturing yourself. If it's a broom, it is time to sweep out the old. It's time to sweep out the old. The beginning of December, you know how we do it. We sweep out the old. We blow in the cinnamon. We make our wishes. We talk. We talk about our. We make our wishes and do our chants and sweep out the bad and blow in the good. So it's important. So a lot of change happening here, but the change has to come from you. Pisces, know that you're divinely guided and loved. Talk soon.